Mommy and Daddy's divorced, and a divorced mom pretty much got nothing. I'm not gonna leave my mom by herself. So I'm gonna make sure my mother's taken care of. None of my siblings have helped me take care of my mother to make sure she was okay, except for Tamar. No one said,
this is before Vincent.
Before Vincent. Mommy's car insurance is due. Let's help Toni with mommy car insurance.
Or mommy needs a car.
Normally, I would never have a conversation with Trina or any of my sisters about helping out financially with my mom. But because I'm so stressed in that category, I needed to let her know what I felt.
Honey, if there's one thing we've known about the Braxtons for years, it's that Toni practically carried the entire family on her back financially, and it drained the life out of her. Honestly, who's to say the constant stress she endured didn't play a role in the autoimmune disease she battles today?
That's really speaking to me, upset with me. I was told the devil is breaking up our family, the devil is raging. So it was a bad thing. My sister Tracy is the one who said to me, Toni, you know, when you make it, you can help us, come on. So I always try to abide that. But the responsibility of it is so heavy for me. I feel like I can never live my life. And I never used to say it. I never used to say anything to anybody. But since we've been doing this show, I've been saying it.
Well, allegedly, Tamar has been opening up about just how much the situation weighed on Toni, and she's even expressed sympathy for her sister, who was forced to file for bankruptcy not once, but twice.
People don't understand. My second bankruptcy was because I was sick. I have lupus, and my show in Vegas got canceled.
And the insurance wouldn't cover it.
The insurance didn't cover it, so I had to pay myself.
Yeah.
And so
that's a lot. That was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money to put up a show. People don't understand this. If you see a concert, you see the lights, you see the band on stage, the artist pays for all that. The hotel rooms, the salary, so then you have nothing.
But was it really that bad that she went as far as marrying Birdman and then filing for divorce just 2 days later just to secure a big payday? Because, baby, that's exactly what the streets are whispering. And we're about to unpack all that tea. See, what many people might not realize is that while Toni is undeniably a living legend, she was barely making enough to support herself, let alone carry her entire family. At the height of her career, despite all her success, including generating over $170 million in record sales for her label, Toni Braxton still ended up filing for bankruptcy more than once. She explained that even though she was bringing in millions for Arista Records, she was basically earning peanuts. And this is someone with multiple Grammys and over 70 million albums sold. Toni's career started in the late 80s, singing alongside her sisters, the Braxtons, before signing a solo deal. Her 1993 debut album, Toni Braxton, was an instant smash, climbing to #1 on the Billboard 200 and selling 10 million copies. Hit singles like Breathe Again and Another Sad Love Song helped propel its success, with powerhouse producers like Babyface and Antonio L.A. Reid behind the scenes. She followed up with Secrets, which featured the mega hit Unbreak My Heart, selling 10 million copies worldwide and becoming one of the top singles of all time. But while she was proving herself as a powerhouse, her label was exploiting her. And if they could do this to Toni Braxton, just imagine what lesser-known artists go through. Eventually, Toni filed a lawsuit against her label and, in January 1998, also filed for bankruptcy. She later revealed that contract issues left her with less than $2,000 in royalties, while she had to pay the label back for clothes, travel, studio time, and music video costs. At one point, she was even accused of transferring $53,000 to her ex-husband, Kerry Lewis, to avoid paying creditors. Her financial struggles didn't end there. Toni filed for bankruptcy again in 2010, this time because her diagnosis of microvascular angina and lupus forced her to cancel a lucrative Las Vegas residency. By 2019, she was facing even more trouble when the IRS hit her with a lien for over $340,000 in back taxes from 2017. Days later, the California Franchise Tax Board filed their own lien for over $116,000, bringing her total tax debt close to $500,000. And through all of this, she was still carrying the entire family financially. She's revealed that while she handled the bills, Trina and Tawanda demanded to be paid for working for her, whereas Tamar, who also helped with pences, never asked for a dime. Toni didn't expect her sisters to work for free, but she did hope that since she was paying them, they would at least help care for their mother or pitch in around the house. Instead, they never lifted a finger.
I kind of think it's mine a little bit, a little bit.
And then on top of that, when we do shows, you still charge her. I don't charge her. When the last time I charged you for a show?
Tamar
It's been
hasn't charged me
years.
for a show for years. My sister Tamar never charges me to do background singing for me. My sister Trina does. My sister Tawanda, she's an executive assistant That makes sense for her to get a salary. I just wish every situation was not about Toni's savings and loans.
I have never charged Toni. And what I'm saying is it pissed me off. When I saw that you and Tawana get paid, I was pissed off.
Basically, all those responsibilities completely drained the life out of her, and the only one who genuinely tried to step in and help was Tamar. Yes, I know Tamar's had her fair share of drama with the rest of the family, but you might be surprised to hear that she at least made an effort to help Toni keep things running smoothly at home. Now, when it comes to Birdman, rumors of a relationship between the two started swirling around 2016. Then, in a 2018 interview with People, Toni opened up about how long they'd been friends and admitted she never expected anything romantic to happen between them. She said, "He's been my bestie for like 15 or 16 years. He has come to my baby showers, my plays, my shows. I never thought we would be dating or getting married. It's comforting to have someone tell you it's okay to be ill and that you don't have to be Wonder Woman at all times. Every day I had a show, he came. Every night he would ask me, 'Are you okay? Are you good?' I said, 'Oh my God, he's such a great guy.' When Birdman finally made his move, he told me he always liked me, and I was like, 'You never told me.' And he's like, 'Well, you were married.' He said, 'I was always digging on you.' In the same interview, Toni also said that although battling a disease that involves the constant threat of blood clots and pulmonary embolisms, which can be mentally, physically, and emotionally draining, she never had to fake the state of her lupus around Birdman because he always understood. She added, 'I can get on television when I'm having a terrible day and tell them it's a good day, and he'll say, no, it's not. I can tell. I've always had issues dating because I was ashamed to have lupus and felt like no one would want to take care of a woman with lupus. I was insecure. With him, I can be comfortable with a little hat or scully on, with some lipstick and mascara, but I could just let my hair down a little bit, and that feels great.' Well, Birdman did eventually propose, and Toni even captioned photos from a moment, a couple minutes before we got engaged. Then 24 hours after. One photo featured the couple taking a selfie, and the other showed them hugged up with Toni's new rock on prominent display. Around that time, Birdman also spoke to Wendy Williams and gushed over Toni, telling Wendy that Toni was his love, his soldier, his life, his everything, and that he loved her to death.
Are you guys a couple?
Well, T, that's my girl, my friend, my family.
Do you have sex?
That's my love, my soldier, my life. She my everything, and I trust her.
Because you bought her a Bentley truck.
Yes.
So the implication is that's your girlfriend.
She my life. I love her to death.
Toni also opened up about the engagement, revealing that they had nearly set a wedding date, actually 2 of them. But at the time, they were filming Braxton Family Values and dealing with some family drama. Toni thought the wedding would be the perfect way to bring all her sisters together. But unfortunately, she just couldn't get everyone on the same page.
There's no date.
There's no date. We almost had a date. Well, we had 2 dates, but we were doing Braxton Family Values and we were going through a little drama. And I was like, okay, the wedding is a good thing to get all of our sisters together. Yeah. But I couldn't get us all together. And I said, the wedding's not a good reason because it's messing up my relationship a little bit. He's like, come on, Michelle, set a date. I know.
That's what he calls you?
He calls me Michelle. Doesn't call me Toni at all. That's my middle name, Toni Michelle.
Yeah. Set a date.
He said before the year's out, so I have, what, a couple weeks.
Couple weeks?
Yeah.
So he's 45, you're 51.
He's 49.
49.
Still, Toni spoke about how thrilled she was at the thought of getting married, saying, "This is my second wedding, and I'm over 40. It's like Carrie Bradshaw, the last bride over 40, so I want something that's elegant and a little sexy. I've already done the beautiful belle dress at my first wedding." This time, Toni said she wanted something more vintage, 1920s and 1930s, with a glamorous Great Gatsby theme. As for the must-haves on her groom's list, she shared that Birdman insisted on macaroni and cheese. She laughed. I said, "Can we do macaroni and cheese balls to keep it pretty?" Toni also mentioned she'd let Birdman have a say in the location, noting that he wanted to get married in California. They had considered Atlanta, but he refused, not wanting any reminders of her first wedding. In the end, though, the wedding never happened. Toni explained they kept postponing the date because of her work commitments, but many people speculated that these were just excuses, that if she truly wanted to marry Birdman, she would have made it happen. Not long after, she claimed her $1 million engagement ring had been stolen after she left it in her checked luggage, a situation many found suspicious. Soon after, in 2019, the couple split. Birdman posted a short but cryptic "It's over" on Instagram and deleted every photo of Toni, while Toni shared a picture of herself in a red gown with the caption, "Starting a new chapter isn't always an easy choice, but always choose to be chosen. Cheers to a new year." The real shock came when it was revealed that Toni and Birdman had actually gotten married and then separated just 2 days later. According to court documents, they used only their initials, TB and BW, perhaps hoping to keep the details under wraps, but it didn't take long for people to figure out. The records showed that Toni and Birdman secretly tied the knot on August 8th, separated on August 10th, and Toni filed for divorce 2 weeks later. In the filing, Toni and her attorney described the marriage as irretrievably broken. Yet, despite calling it quits so quickly, Toni dismissed the divorce petition in January 2025, and Birdman signed off on that too, which means they could still be legally married, and honestly, the whole situation left a lot of people scratching their heads. Then came the buzz that maybe, just maybe, Toni tied the knot with Birdman for the money. Now, I can't say for sure if that's true, but considering her long history of financial struggles, I can see why folks might suspect it. In fact, rumor has it Toni has never fully bounced back financially, and from what's being reported, Tamar is still the only one consistently stepping in to help, just like she always has. And yes, it does raise eyebrows that she split from Birdman only 2 days after saying, "I do." But do you really think she'd marry purely for money? I'd love to hear your take on this. And while you're at it, share your thoughts on how Toni literally carried her entire family on her shoulders down in the comments.